Internet still works even if it's got ice storm. Here comes Nancy. Oh, that's good.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Good to see you way over there in Olympia. Across the
Across the wilds of Lacey, yes.
Down the road, down
Yeah.
the road.
Yep.
All right. Um,
Jason, are you in Houston?
yeah, I'm in Houston. I'm at home.
Is it really cold?
It is cold, but it's only just 32, just freezing right here where I am right now. It did freeze in part of town last night, but a
Oh,
lot of places escaped the worst of it.
it's 27 where I am. I'm not quite so sympathetic. My hummingbirds are just shivering.
Oh, poor
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Dawn Mountain. This is the Sunday meditation. As you know, I'm Jason Cox. I'm one of the student leaders that rotates leading this meditation. We're remote today because of the weather in Houston, as you are aware. Uh, Although, like I said, it seems that we've avoided the worst of it. There's been some freezing, but not citywide.
That's good.
So we'll alternate two practices this morning. First is a mindfulness of breathing, where we'll settle our attention at one particular spot, maybe the tip of our nostrils, or in our chest, or in the belly, a couple finger widths below the navel and inside the belly. And we'll just keep our attention there. We'll notice what each breath is like. And when our mind wanders, we'll gently bring our attention back to the breath. Then we'll alternate that with a chant. We'll chant syllable hung twice in one breath. Then we'll alternate between these two practices. We don't have a book of names here today since we're remote, but you can put names into the chat. And we'll read those together at the end. To dedicate the merit of our practice to all sentient beings, and especially to those in the book. So we'll start with our aspirations, our heartfelt intention that we want to cultivate for this practice. What we're doing here today is for the benefit of all. So we can read these together. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, Just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. You want to take a moment to get comfortable in your seat. Find a balanced spot. Want your back straight but not stiff. You can rest your eyes open in an unfocused way, a few feet in front of you, or you can close them. You can relax the muscles in your shoulders, of your face, all over. And you can relax your muscles because you have the support of your skeleton, your skeletal structure. Which allows you to relax. You also have the support of the seat underneath you, the earth itself. Imagine you're sitting over the very center of the earth. And you also have the support of your central channel, sort of column of energy in front of your spine, running from the base of your seat through the crown of your head. You can feel into or imagine that. And so, thus supported, turn your attention to your breath at that spot. Just going to feel into what it's like, not think about it too much or analyze it, but feel what each breath is like when it's long or short, shallow or deep. And we'll do this for a few minutes. When your mind wanders, that's fine. Just note distraction. Come back to the breath with gentleness and curiosity. Get familiar with it. Now, when we chant, we really want a total sensory experience to be available to us. So we want to hear the chant, but we also want to feel how it's impacting our body. And we'll chant Hum twice in one breath. Ooh. Ooh. Get a sense of how you feel now. Turn back to the breath at that point that you chose. And feel how it is now. If it's any different than before chanting. How the air temperature and pressure vary through the breath. Spaces between breaths, if there is one. Let's keep our attention here. Ooh. 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 Take a minute to stretch, grab some water. I'm going to get some water. Okay. We will read from Pema Chodron's book, Comfortable with Uncertainty. We're on chapter 21 today, Turning Arrows into Flowers. On the night the Buddha was to attain enlightenment, he sat under a tree. While he was sitting there, the forces of Mara shot arrows at him to distract him from becoming enlightened. But with awareness, he turned their weapons into flowers. Traditional teachings on the forces of Mara describe the nature of obstacles and how human beings habitually become confused and lose confidence in their basic wisdom mind. The teachings on the four Maras provide descriptions of some very familiar ways in which we try to avoid what is happening. Like the Buddha, it is possible for us to turn these arrows into flowers. Rather than trying to get rid of an obstacle or buying into a sense of being attacked, we can use it to see what we do when we're squeezed. Do we close down or open up? Do we feel resentful or do we soften? Do we become wiser or more stupid? Devaputra Mara involves seeking pleasure. Any obstacle we encounter has the power to pop the bubble of reality that we have come to regard as secure and certain. When we're threatened that way, we can't stand to feel the edginess, the anxiety, the heat of anger rising, the bitter taste of resentment. Therefore, we reach for whatever we think will blot it out. We try to grasp something pleasant. The way to turn this arrow into a flower is to open our hearts and look at how we try to escape. We can use pleasure seeking as an opportunity to observe what we do in the face of pain. Skandamara has to do with how we try to recreate ourselves when things fall apart. We return to the solid ground of our self-concept as quickly as possible. Trungpa Rinpoche used to call this nostalgia for samsara. When things fall apart, instead of struggling to regain our concept of who we are, we can use it as an opportunity to be open and inquisitive about what has just happened and what will happen next. That is how to turn this arrow into a flower. Kleshamara is characterized by strong emotions. Instead of letting feelings be, we weave them into a storyline, which gives rise to even bigger emotions. We all use emotions to regain our ground when things fall apart. We can turn this arrow into a flower by using heavy emotion as a way to develop true compassion for ourselves and for everyone else. Yamamara is rooted in the fear of death. We are killing the moment by controlling our experience. We want to hold on to what we have. We want every experience to confirm us and congratulate us and make us feel completely together. We say the Yamamara is fear of death, but it's actually fear of life. We can turn this arrow into a flower by using the desire to control as a reminder to experience each moment completely new and fresh. We can always return to basic wisdom mind. Rather than trying to get rid of an obstacle or buying into a sense of being attacked, we can use it to see what we do when we're squeezed. You know, this definitely resonated with me. You know, I was at brunch yesterday. Someone said something about me that I didn't much care for. It may or may not have been true. I don't think it would have mattered. I just didn't want to hear it. It was uncomfortable. it squeezed me a little bit. And I did get to see uh, at that moment I was closing down more than opening up, right? I was feeling more resentful than softening. I did like the Trungpa Rinpoche's phrase of nostalgia for samsara when we, you know, when something, when we finally realize, or when like that, the bubble is burst a little, when we sort of see that our narrative is not the whole story. It is uncomfortable, and we kind of would prefer that everything be just so. And I also thought I was really struck by her on point four, Yamamara. Yamamara is rooted in fear of death. We are killing the moment by controlling our experience. And I think, we we see that all the time here on the cushion and in our lives when we're not experiencing the moment. It's like everyone recording the concert, when at a music concert and everyone's got their cell phone out and just recording the whole thing. It's like they're not even there. They're trying to capture it, but in doing so, they're missing it entirely. So that's some of what I thought of with this chapter. I'd be happy. Love to hear what anyone else uh, thought or felt.
Could you,
Okay,
could you
we got a
tell,
couple.
oh,
Yeah, go ahead, Bruno, Lori.
Lori, yeah. Could you tell us the source of what you read again? It
Oh
was so
yeah, this is
lovely.
comfortable with uncertainty,
Yeah,
and this was chapter 21, turning arrows into flowers.
yeah, that was really beautiful. Thanks for reading that. The
Yeah, of course.
Yamamara also struck me, like all
Mm,
those moments where, and even in nature and taking pictures of maybe something fleeting, but like
mm,
so excited about the photo and
mhm,
forgetting to just like really be present in the moment. That one
mhm, mhm.
really struck me. I
I
want to
hear
share
that.
that with some people I know. So thank you. Yeah, it's
Thank
lovely.
you,
Yeah.
Nancy.
I was struck by the nostalgia for samsara
Mm,
because lately I've been upset with politics and I keep liking the politics from last week or a month ago. And it's like I keep pretending that samsara used to be something other than samsara, um, so that I can want that one. But they're all samsara. And I'm having trouble with that. I keep looking, it's that thing, if the samsara would just get a little better, I wouldn't need to get out of it. Um, so that's just what I've been struggling with. And that brought that up.
Thank you, thank you, Nancy. Appreciate that. Madeline.
Hi, thank you for your talk. I also like the Yamamara
Mm,
explanation.
mhm,
It talked to me or it spoke to me. I think like I think like the concert example and like influencers and stuff. That's like super extreme, and it's I see that and I'm disappointed. I'm like y'all like we're like right now in the present moment, right now. Like live it. But even I guess I'm not part of that itself, but even like me, I do try to control stuff, and I think it takes away my freedom, and like it does kill a liberation or whatever when I do try to control things. And like I think like being intentional and trying to intentionally try to be a good person and a Buddhist and stuff is good, but then yeah, the controlling the outcome and stuff like that is it takes away your freedom, your own personal freedom.
mm. That's lovely. Does it ever? Uh, thank you, Madeline. Emily.
I'm sorry, I don't have the material in front of me. What was the one that it was something about death, and I think it was toward the end of what you were reading.
Yeah, Yamamara is rooted in the fear of death. We're
And
killing the
then,
moment by controlling our experience. We want to hold on to what we have. We want every experience to confirm us and congratulate us and make us feel completely together. We say Yamamara is fear of death, but it's actually fear of life.
that kind of brought me to tears. And as some of you know that I'm coming here virtually as a tool. I'm in a period of remarkable transition in my life right now. And um although, this sort of core of me has always it knows that I've tried to utilize, obstacles, and I've tried to always refuse to be a statistic or a product of the circumstances, that the world has sort of dealt me. I am allowing the circumstances, I'm allowing the things, the obstacles, the worldly issues in my life right now, which literally I am dealing with the uncertainty of the life of both my mother and my grandfather. But I also know that on the other side of this is great freedom for me, is a freedom from pain in a lot of ways that I've never had in my life. But I have allowed this to truly shut me down, and just I've tried to control it so much, and it's just taken away. I'm allowing it to take away so much joy and so much of who I am. So I'm just doing what I know works, and I'm just showing up, and I'm being vulnerable. And I thank you all for allowing me to do that today.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you for sharing. It's personal. Appreciate that. Carly?
You mentioned taking pictures at a concert or out looking at wildlife and missing the experience. Sometimes I have the same thing when we have teachings,
Mhm.
and one of the lamas will say something that's really profound, and I want to write it down. And I'm so busy writing it down, I'm not listening to what they're saying. Even though in our case here at Dawn Mountain, everything is recorded, I could go back and listen to it again and find the source of whatever it was they said. But it's easy to forget ourselves.
Who's that first? Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. Let's close with a little more meditation. You'll take a minute to find your seat again. Sit comfortably again. And again, with curiosity and gentleness, let's turn our attention to the breath and feel what it's like this time. Oh, oh, oh. Breath. We'll dedicate the merit of our practice. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. And we dedicate the merit to all beings and especially to Valerie's healing, Amy, Tex, Darcy, Nancy, Dad, Ginger, Ginger's dad in the Bardo, Robert, Robert's mom, Pat's healing, Ruth's healing, Amy Winter's healing, Jerry's healing, Doug's healing, Jake's healing, Emily, Candace, Lama Rigson, Lama Namnyal, Lama Shereb, all sentient beings, Mom, Terry, Lane, Cindy, Judy, Angie, Pat, Joe, John, Danita, Connie Swift's healing, Anna and Mac, Alice and hospice, Alex Preddy, Toby, Julia, Josh, Andy, and Sharon. Thanks. And then, Emily, do you have any announcements for us?
I'm sure I do. So next Friday, or sorry, next Sunday is our first Sunday. So we'll have our first Sunday teaching and we'll have our first Sunday free lunch for those of you who are in person. It does look right now like it might be bad weather next weekend, which if we have another ice storm, we will be closed. But it's too soon to tell just yet. Friday, February 20th through the 22nd, we're going to have our next Dzogchen Cycles retreat. This is seeing to being part 2. If you were in part 1, you already saw how profound the practice can be, and we're going to continue to learn it that weekend. If you're not already a part of Dzogchen Cycles, please apply. If you are, we have emailed out the registration links, and we'll email them out again tomorrow. On Saturday, February 21st at 5:30, we'll have a LOSAR potluck for people who are in Houston. It'll be an in-person potluck, and we will enjoy some traditional Tibetan New Year activities. Saturday, March 7th, we are going to have a one-day workshop working with the inner critic for Buddhist practitioners. This is going to be with Harvey and a guest teacher who will facilitate internal family systems approach to this dealing with inner criticism. And then the following 2 weekends, the 14th and the 21st, we will have a teaching from Lama Tenzin. We are finishing up the details right now, so there's no registration or announcement yet, but that announcement is coming soon. So thank you.
Thank you.
Stay safe, y'all.
Yeah, I'm jealous of the dog warmth that we see on video over here. Like, I don't get to cuddle any dogs right now. That's
Oh my
so
God. Willie and Jen, I must know which one is Chad. Let me see if I can.
Sorry, we kept them at bay for most of meditation. They just broke through afterwards. This is Chad.
Oh.
That's Chip. That's Cutter.
Oh.
Jogi. Sorry to distract.
That's cute. No. Well, good. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Jason.
Appreciate your time.
Thank
See you
you.
next time.
Thank you, Jason.
Yes, of course.
Stay warm, everybody.
Stay warm.
Thank you, Jason.
Mhm.
Take care.
This guy.